I'm Eric Singer, Gazette.com. A meeting of the minds about accessibility in the U.S. and in Canada. What works and what doesn't, and how to improve it for millions who are disabled. The Americans with Disabilities Act is more than a quarter of a century old. Manitoba's version was approved in December of 2013. The Rocky Mountain ADA Center in Colorado Springs hosted its Manitoba counterpart. Here in Colorado Springs, this is training to help ADA workers understand how to interact with the hearing impaired. It's training like this that Manitoba has been pushing since the inception of its Accessibilities Act.
Their first standard is customer service. And when we're talking about generally how to interact with persons with disabilities, that covers state and local government, private businesses, corporations. It's just the golden rule. It's do unto others as you would do unto you. How do you interact with a person with disability? We have a fancy term here, disability etiquette, but it's just things like look the person in the eyes, talk directly to them, things that we take for granted as people without disabilities per se, but it's amazing that we have to have those conversations and do that education level with a lot of folks.
Something the U.S. can teach Canada is what we see every day.
Really excited to see all of the signage. I see disability access everywhere I go, and it's something that I notice markedly in the United States and not so much in Canada. So I see, the disabled sign when you go to Safeway and you're going through the till. That just lets someone know, they don't even have to ask, this is accessible for me. The curb cuts that you have in your big red curbs, right? We don't have that. We have curb cuts, but we've got little orange blocks, I suppose. And so that's not going to help persons with vision impairment. That might just help people who are blind and they're using their canes, right? And maybe they're feeling that little strip. I see in every store that I go into, we welcome service animals. So again, I can just see so much more proactively people understanding access and understanding that they're welcome here. Whereas in Manitoba, it's still that education piece. People don't have the signs up yet, and we don't have as many markers for disability access yet.
Manitoba is the second province in Canada to have an Accessibilities Act. Ontario was the first. And there's a push right now to have an Accessibilities Act across Canada. More info exchange meetings are now being planned between our two countries. Eric Singer, Gazette.com.